In this video, we're going to do a deep dive on James Vega, one of the least beloved characters in the Mass Effect Trilogy. I'll be building a case for my homie James and showing why he's a better character than a lot of you think. Keep watching to see it all. What's up everyone, Big Dan here, and I wanted to let you know that I recently launched channel memberships. This is for those of you who enjoy my videos and want to show some extra support. It's totally optional, but if you're interested, here are the benefits you get by becoming a channel member. For $5 a month, you get your name in the credits of my videos, access to custom designed emojis in chat and comments, member badge next to your name in comments and chat, priority reply to comments, and access to members-only posts in the community tab. To become a member, click on the join button below this video or follow the link in the description. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Introducing new characters at the end of a trilogy is a difficult thing to pull off. You have a short amount of time for character development, and new squadmates have to compete for screen time with other people that the player already knows and loves. So Bioware writers had an uphill battle trying to make us care about James Vega, our squadmate in the first person that Shepard interacts with in Mass Effect 3. So here's the thing about James Vega. His introduction, it's kind of shit. He talks to Shepard and the Vermeer survivor for like 2 seconds at the start of the game. Then he argues with Shepard about leaving Earth, which immediately got me annoyed with the guy. After landing on Mars, he's quickly swapped out for Liara, and we don't see him again until this part.
Damn it! James! Normandy! Anybody! I got this one!
That was pretty awesome, to be honest, but in the first hour of the game, we don't really have many opportunities to get to know James, and after the Mars mission is over, there aren't really many obvious reasons to like the guy. So after Mars and Palaven, where James is a mandatory squadmate, I put him on the bench and didn't bring him along for any other missions. I also rarely visited Deck 5, where he and Cortez hang out. This went on long enough that I completely missed Steve's loyalty arc, leading to his untimely demise at the end of the game.
Cortez!
You're gonna pay for that, you bastards!
But James grew on me over the course of subsequent playthroughs. Let's focus on two very important parts of his backstory, the Collector attack on Fel Prime, and then his loyalty mission or loyalty arc, whatever you want to call it, in Mass Effect 3. Before the events of Mass Effect 3, James Vega served with an Alliance unit on the human colony of Fel Prime. One day, the Collectors hit the colony, and James shares the details with us during a round of sparring with Shepard.
Died, with most of my squad, protecting a civilian colony from a Collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them, or the intel we had on the Collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry. That's a tough call.
For now, we won't learn more details about this attack since James doesn't yet have that level of trust and rapport with the commander. However, if you keep speaking to James, he'll eventually ask for a one-on-one talk with Shepard to discuss something personal. It's during this conversation that James paints a fuller picture of the attack.
Last time I had a command, I lost almost everyone, and they promoted me for it. I guess I'm just not sure if I'm ready to lead again. I don't know if I want that responsibility.
You mentioned that before. What went wrong?
What didn't go wrong? We were out on patrol, checking on some strange readings, and the Collectors hit. But they hit the colony first. By the time we got back, most of the colonists had been subdued or abducted, including our CO, Captain Tony.
So you were in charge?
Yeah. We laid low for a bit, waiting for a chance to strike, but before we could, we were betrayed. One of the colonists turned out to be a Cerberus spy working with the Collectors. I had no choice. I killed him and destroyed the Collector ship. But it got ugly. We lost most of the colonists and all but one of my squad. Not exactly a textbook operation.
You can't blame yourself for being put in a tough situation. And if you were promoted, then something must have gone right.
Sure, but
If you'd saved them all, would things have worked out better?
I don't know. I don't think so.
The right choice is usually not the easy one.
Yeah.
Vega is clearly racked by guilt over what happened on Fel Prime. The fact that so many people died over a tough decision he had to make in a moment has chipped away at his confidence and his conscience. This is made even worse by the fact that the intel he captured on the Collectors became irrelevant when Shepard took out the Collector homeworld. The rest of this private conversation pertains to James's loyalty mission, which revolves around his candidacy for the N7 program. On the day the Reapers hit, James received a commendation to become an N7, but he has doubts over his readiness to join the program given what happened on Fel Prime. The commander can either take a Paragon approach and openly encourage James to join the N7 program, or be more of a renegade and say, hey buddy, the answer's within you, only you can make that decision. The answer was there all along, and James is ready to make a commitment. Next time you visit the refugee docks on the Citadel, you'll find the homeboy Vega getting the N7 bars tattooed on his back.
I'm gonna join the N7 program.
And you're celebrating by getting a tattoo?
Sort of. See, there's no official channels to go through right now. So, I guess this is my way of making it official. Technically, I'm just an N7 recruit, but, you know, I figure with you as my training officer, how could I fail? Right?
I'm flattered, but I wouldn't exactly say I'm training you.
Not officially, but what the hell is in this goddamn war? I'm just saying, whether you like it or not, you're my direct superior and you're N7. So I take my lead from you, and you know, I'll take whatever advice you got.
Really?
Sure, the good advice.
Well, they wouldn't ask you if they didn't think you could handle it.
Here's hoping.
But the real work starts now.
Uh-huh. I know it seems like I don't take things seriously, but when I commit to something, I fully commit.
Clearly.
Hey, I won't let you down.
The only person you need to prove yourself to is the one standing in the mirror every morning.
Good point. I won't let you down.
Don't just tell me. Show me.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's gonna sting for a few days. You gonna be ready for duty?
Well, I'm not looking forward to slapping my armor back on, but I'm always ready.
Glad to hear it.
Careful.
While brief, this character arc made me like James a lot more. Knowing what he's been through and what struggles he's had helps bring his character into sharper focus. And his struggles with imposter syndrome honestly make him a lot more relatable, because who among us hasn't felt that way about something at some point in our life? But what I like most about James is he's a ride or die kind of dude. He's there with us to the end, just like Garrus. He's not wavering like the Vermeer survivor, he doesn't need goading like Kasumi, and he doesn't outright refuse to join the commander like Thane and Jacob. Hell, even Liara and Tali had reservations about working with the commander in Mass Effect 2, but James is with us until the bitter end. I like that. The main problem with James isn't that he's a bad character, it's that he's simply outshined by stronger characters like Garrus and Tali. At the end of the day, he just can't measure up to the all-star cast of the Mass Effect trilogy. Also, the fact that he's introduced in the final game doesn't give players enough time to connect with him more like some of our squad mates from Mass Effect 1 and 2. Now on that last point, you might be thinking, but Dan, wait a minute, what about Javik? He's also introduced in the last game and people seem to like him more. Yes, that is true, but Javik has a few very key things working in his favor. First of all, he's an alien. Aliens are inherently more interesting in the Mass Effect universe. Take a minute and think of who is most commonly referred to as the best squad mates in Mass Effect. You're probably thinking of names like Garrus, Tali, Rex, Liara, Mordin, and Grunt. In other words, all aliens. The human squad mates are less interesting because they are already familiar. We all know humans in the real world, but we've never met a Turian or an Asari. Now those folks are interesting. Second, Javik isn't just an alien, he's a Prothean, an advanced race long thought completely extinct that we only heard about in the previous games. And he's the last of their kind. After Eden Prime, we can have an extensive conversation with him, which allows us to connect with him more quickly and grow to like his character. But imagine if Javik were a human with the same personality. If Javik was a guy named Bill, who we plucked off the docks, and he had the same personality, you'd be like, wow, this guy's an asshole. But with Javik, we're like, yeah, throw him out the airlock. Do you see what I mean? So James is a good character overall, but there's no way he can stack up to the best of the best in the trilogy. So there you have it, my defense of James Vega. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Mass Effect and RPG videos. I also have a bunch more Mass Effect videos, so why don't you check out another one, like one of the ones linked on the screen. And shout out to all my channel members. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.